What's up, you guys? It's Deanna and I'm coming back with another video. So if you are new to my channel, for the people that don't know, I basically give you guys insights on what visions I may have or some different things I may see. So today I just wanted to dive into some issues that I'm seeing regarding COVID-19. I'm noticing that the news is very slow at broadcasting certain information. I feel like they're spoon feeding certain information versus how much they're pushing out their vaccinations. I personally have not been vaccinated. I do not choose to get vaccinated. That is your choice, and that's also why I'm here today. It's just because I feel like it's kind of reckless to put something so unstudied inside of your body, inside of your human body, like the only body that you have. So, I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat. If you are vaccinated, I can't really, but I do have some things that I want to touch on regarding the people that are vaccinated, because I did see some things that are interesting, especially within the news. So let's just get right into it, because that's how it starts. It all starts with something that I saw from the news. So I was on Instagram and I see this Fox News clip of this doctor talking about new research that was overlooked, talking about they made a mistake in the title. So I'm watching it, and basically he's talking about the fact that when you take the COVID vaccine, you have 25% of the vaccine left in your arm. 75% of that vaccine is transferred throughout your body and your organs and attaching to different tissues and things like that. 7% of the vaccine attaches to your ovaries. And actually, because it's attaching, I hate talking about it because it's reality. Because it's attaching to your ovaries, it's causing a mutation in the spike, and it does something to where your body starts to fight against its own cells. So I would tell you guys to look into it, but I actually tried to type in the Fox News title that I saw on the video and I couldn't find it. Maybe one of you guys can find it. I personally cannot find it other than on Instagram, just that little news clip that they showed. And then they cut them off so early. I wanted to watch the rest. I wanted to watch the rest of the video, okay? Because it's crazy. And especially the fact that a while ago, I was watching something else on the news, and it was regarding women that took the vaccine that had menstruation problems. And I also seen in the comments that people were having reproductive issues. A lot of things are happening that's just being pushed under the rug because they don't want to say that the shot have done this, when obviously things are happening after you put the shot in your body. Okay? And also, within touching on that, I don't want to skip over this topic because I do want to touch on this because they don't spread awareness about women's health enough. Actually, when they were talking about the changes that women are experiencing regarding their reproductive system, they touched on the fact that back in the day in the medical field, it just wasn't enough research regarding how medicine reacts to our bodies or how the different vaccines reacts to a woman's body. They were actually doing a study primarily on men, or how it works primarily for men versus women. I feel like they just had a few women and they didn't look at the longer list of details on how it can affect us in our reproductive system. So it's like, when it's regarding a woman's health and you're putting something in her body and you don't know how it may change her, or you don't know how it may affect her natural cycle, or things that they don't like to speak on. I just found it interesting that a lot of these medicines are not working for women because it wasn't widely studied for women. It just wasn't. And that's really why I wanted to speak on it today. So we're like 7-8 minutes into the video. So how we got on this topic was the fact that, again, I was on that Instagram video and I was thinking to myself regarding the mutations that are happening from the ovaries in the spike protein, because like I said, the spike protein is attaching to the ovaries and mutating that way in the body. So I'm thinking, like, unless they find another way or like a vaccine to fight the mutation, then like bad things may happen. And I saw the word deaths, plural. And then I saw the words lockdown. And I saw it on the news, like it was a news broadcast. And the word travel restrictions. And I also noted that a couple of weeks ago, I was watching something on the news, and I saw the word lied cover my vision. Like, if you were to take those little words that they have on a news broadcast, like on that blue screen as they're typing something, like information, and if you were to take those words and just cover it with just the word lied, that's what I see. I feel like everything is just, they show you what they're allowed to show you, if that makes sense. And then, honestly, at first, when this first started, I only thought it would last a year. I really did. I only thought it was going to last a year. And certain things did last a year. Like, it felt like after a year, things were just opening back up. Like, they just decided, okay, COVID's basically over. You guys can take off your masks, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's how it felt. And now everything is going downhill. Actually, before all these new cases started rising, etc., I saw, and that's why it's just like, it's one of those moments, because before that even happened, no lie, I saw these people in those hazardous suits, and they had on the face masks, and they were in a group, and like, I could see them physically turning towards each other. Like, it wasn't a still picture, but yet it was a moment that I could see. And once I saw that, and knowing that everybody's out freely doing everything, and the news is still pushing the vaccinations, everything's okay, I'm like, we're gonna be right at square one. Right at square one, because people can't just be like China. Just be like China. Come on. They got rid of it within like what? It feels like a month, honestly. I know it wasn't a month, but it felt like that. Versus how long America had to deal with it. Crazy. But when I saw that it was gonna last for several years, also that reminds me of the fact that something I saw, I don't know how long ago this was, but it feels like months ago. And I was wondering, like, because it was getting scary at first. I felt like there was just this thing you couldn't see that was just killing people. And I was curious on how long it was going to last. And I saw something about the fact that it's going to be like a seasonal sickness. Something like that. And again, I swear on everything I love, that's when the Delta variant came out, and then the Delta Plus, and now we have a new variant that came out, and it was just crazy. I'm like, okay. After I saw that new variants were coming out, I'm like, the vision that I saw of it being like a seasonal sickness made sense, because the virus is mutating because people are asymptomatic to the virus. That's what a doctor said on the news. Word for word. Word for word. But anyway, like I was saying before I thought of that, when I thought of the fact that it was going to be Well, when I saw that it was going to be several years, I saw that elders were sick. And I'm not going to read it, but basically what I saw was this older white woman, and she had this white hair, and she was coughing into her hand. And then I finished writing what I was saying. And then I said, what about the new babies that would be born? Thinking about the babies that would be born after all this ovary stuff finally evolves. And when women finally realize that something's wrong with their reproductive system. But I was wondering about the new babies that would be born. And I saw that they would be sick. And trigger warning for those, just anytime you watch my videos, trigger warning, okay? Trigger warning. Because that's how I feel. I saw a preemie on life support, and it was like, it was kind of pink, and it was small, and it had on a diaper that was bigger than its body, and a hat, and it had a tube going in its nose with the tape over it. And then I saw a line of people. It was weird because it was like this gray, dewy, dark vision. It was like this, it was a line of people, and you can just feel the energy, and basically even looking at them you can see that they're tired and drained, like zombies just standing in a line waiting to be seen. It was like a whole line of people, and it was just this filter over it that was very like gray, and it wasn't gray, it was like blue and blackish. And the people, they were like all the same color, but you could tell like the physical characteristics. Like I said, it was a filter over it. But I was like, wow. And then I saw that, I saw this at the top of my page, like on the border, well, the header, but I wrote it down here. I saw the word CDC watches, and then I saw the words new numbers, and then I saw the word confidential notice, or notice confidential, reverse it if you will. Then I saw the word hidden deaths, and I actually saw another deceased person. It was a man though, and he was like gray. That's sad. But he had the cover over his waist. Actually, I went over the words clouds when I was talking about the black clouds. And it's just weird that we're talking about deceased people. But after I wrote that down, as I was talking about, I was literally writing, I see a man lying on one of those tables. He's gray with a white towel over him. And then I saw the words, he's dead. He's dead, he's not gray. He's dead. And then that's when Spirit reminded me of the clouds that I saw. It's weird that they just did it again. I'm talking about this person, and then the orb goes over the clouds in the next part that I'm about to read. But basically, if I'm standing from the portion of this vision, I'm like looking up, and there's a small segment of the sky that's clear. The clouds haven't touched it yet. The clouds haven't came. But there's these dark clouds, these black clouds, these big clouds that are coming in. And no lie, I felt a little bit of peace seeing from the perspective of underneath the part of the sky that wasn't dark, and like you're looking onward, but I'm like, wow. And that's when I was working at the hotel. I was on my way to work, and can I talk about that yet? Yeah. But I was on my way to work, and that's when I seen the dark clouds and everything. And this is back in June. Spirit reminded me that it was back in June. And I after I saw that, there was like a lot of disasters that were happening. And it's disgusting. Because I had a vision of those nasty spiders that I saw in the river. I never saw those before, but it was like these black dots. I have a phobia of those, like just a bunch of weird dots. But it was a whole bunch of spiders, and they came as a group, like a big group of spiders coming down the river. And I'm like, in all my years of living here, I've never seen black spiders on top of the river here. Like, and I've been fishing, I've been doing all that, but it's just like, it was weird. But back to the other events that was happening. Basically, that's when we started having those heat waves, and the heat just started hitting record-breaking numbers. And what else happened? Let me read. On the next page, I remember that spirit reminded me about the CO2, because I literally saw something that I saw before, but the rest of the picture was blurry, but I could obviously see it. But I saw the word CO2 very clearly in my vision, reminding me of what I saw, the fact that, let me read it, because I wrote it down. I had to research it again and write it down. I'm going to insert a screenshot. But it literally said, the Amazon is emitting more CO2 than it absorbs. But let me go back to the other page. So basically, after I saw the dark clouds and everything, all of that stuff transpired. There was even like that whole thing, and I don't know where it was. It was like this mudslide, and a lot of people died. And then we had the whole building collapse, and then more people died. It was just a whole bunch of tragic events of people dying, and it was just a whole bunch of tragic events. I feel like it's a sign. Yeah, this is the picture I saw. I mean, I can't draw it coming in from like in front of me, but I can draw it from the side. And I don't mean to scare some people, because as I was drawing it, I saw that I was going to scare some people. And I don't mean to do that, but that's honestly what I saw. And I just feel like it's a sign that we just need to start changing. And Spirit's reminding me again that the planet is dying. And I saw the word tell. The planet is dying. It is. Dark times are coming because we're not... The planet is taking care of us, but we're not taking care of it. And a lot of the fruits and vegetables that we're growing are lacking the nutrients, and they're just not as healthy for us as we would think that they are. They're just made to last longer and to taste better. I don't even know if taste better is the word. But anyway, I'm just saying, I think we have a lot of spiritual work to do and a lot of physical work to do. One thing that Spirit shows me often is another picture of one side being strong physically and one side being strong only mentally. And I feel like we need to find a balance of both. But I did see that there was going to be new masks. I saw it being advertised. It was like, kind of looked like one of those gas masks, but it had those things, like those circular things, and kind of looked like this. But then I saw the word new vaccine, and then I saw the word tested on animals. So I'm like, that is not cruelty free, guys. That is not cruelty free. Then that's when I saw the word lockdown, when I was thinking about what they were going to do about it, and the fact that a worse outbreak was going to happen. Like, what were they going to do about that? And that's when I saw that. And then I saw the word nurses, but I didn't really understand it, because I didn't really, that's all I saw. And then that's when I saw the word strike, and I saw a bunch of people just, it was a still motion though, like a still motion picture, and they were holding up a poster. I can't say it was a riot, it wasn't a riot, but like Spirit said, they were on strike, like it was a protest. Again, y'all. And then that's when I saw the word losing jobs, and then that's when I heard the words right now. So people are currently still losing their jobs. Wow. I don't know. I just said that so casually, but then it hit me. Like, this is so much more than a report. These are things that are really going to transpire, and things that are going to happen or have happened. It's like people are still losing their jobs. People are still going unemployed. Cases are still going to rise. There's still going to be another lockdown. There's going to be a new vaccine. It's just, I feel like we're in a whole recycle of events that have happened before, and I feel like America still hasn't learned from the first time. And then that's when I was wondering about those people that was sick in the line, and then I heard they've been vaccinated. So all those people were already vaccinated, but they were still so very sick and drained, So I feel like we're gonna see that sometime in the future, where there's just a whole bunch of these people just drained. And then that's when I saw, again, that it was gonna scare you guys. So what did I write down that was gonna, I don't think I was supposed to talk, I don't think I wanted to talk about that. And then that's when I specifically asked, how can we beat COVID? We gotta work down in somewhere to a resolution. Yeah, we definitely had to work down to some resolution, because it's like, what do we do? What do we do that is really gonna help us? So I saw the word distancing, wash. I actually saw wash when I saw the little hand poster. And then that's when I saw the word shaking hands, and people were physically shaking hands. So don't do that. Don't be shaking people's hands. And then that's when I saw the word fruit and sea moss, and then the word mint and herbal supplements, and an orb went over the word herbal. And another thing, you guys, there would be another shortage. I saw an empty shelf. It was literally 2 things on it that were flopped over. It was empty, and it was a white shelf. So it's an in-store shelf. It was just crazy to think of that happening all over again. Oh, I should have read this at the same time. So, like I said, with the whole CO2 thing, that's when Spirit also reminded me that there was the high temperatures, and that flamingos were dying. When I was writing this down, what I said was the high temps, and Spirit showed me all those flamingos that died out due to the water shortage. But first, Spirit reminded me of the CO2. Literally, the only clear words I saw on an old post about the Amazon, emitting CO2 or something like that. And then at 7:16, I researched it. And it says Amazon emitting more CO2 than it absorbs. And then that's when I saw the word earth dying. And then that's when I saw the word hurricane season. And this was at 7:18. Then that's when I was writing, does that mean that there's... And then I was cut off by the word rainfall. As I was writing, I was cut off by another word, be a hurricane. So does that mean there's going to be another hurricane? And I basically saw rainfall in the midst of writing that, and the fact that I had to post it today. So I also saw the word prepare them and the word destroy homes. So you guys, I saw the word, or went over the word clear. And in that sentence, it's clear words. So you guys actually should really pay attention to that. Wow, that's a crazy way to end a reading. That was the last page. So yeah, just remember to prepare yourself for not just a hurricane, but a food shortage as well, you know? Oh, and a water shortage, yeah. Excuse me, but this stuff just catches me off guard. The orb just went over something like that. Shot right over it, something like that. After I said that there would be a water shortage, it'll be something like that. So what does that mean? Are you guys talking about the water drying up, or are you talking about that there will be no water in the store? Maybe both, who knows? Times are crazy. It feels like the end of times. I just want to go to a desert place. Not a desert place. I want to go to a forest-like place. And where I can eat fruit. And just live without a care in the world. And go to the beach. Like, that would be the ideal lifestyle. But to live in like a holistic community where we all believe in similar things, but a community to where we allow each other to be ourselves and help each other, and there's no such thing as money or things like that. I actually thought about it, you know? It actually sounded very nice. But I just wish there was something like that. But I feel like the perfect place doesn't exist, and you just have to create your own little peace and happiness the best way you can. And I'm learning that like step by step, to do things like that and to stay open to things like that. Yeah, you guys, wear your face mask and sanitize your hands. Wash your hands, guys, for at least 20 seconds, 30 seconds, at least 30 seconds. Because with antibacterial soap, you just can't be using any soap. You gotta use antibacterial. Come on. And hot water. Like, you guys know this. Like, seriously. And it's just crazy to me. Like, this is a personal testimony. Because I personally have bad allergies. Allergies, right? I realized that after this whole pandemic thing. But every year, I just got sick. And it would be like my lymph nodes would get so swollen, and I just felt so miserable. And it would happen ever since I was little. And I would think maybe it's the pollen, and you know, the season is changing. But ever since I've been wearing my face mask, I haven't been sick. And because of that, I haven't took it off. The last time I got sick was college. And when I tell you, college is the place to get sick, like no lie. Those dorm rooms, when you're in college in a dorm, it's so easy to get sick. All my friends got sick at the same time. That was the last time I had a really bad cold. I mean, I had certain things where like, you know, my asthma and stuff like that, but that was like very brief. I mean, I'm talking about a time where I've been sick for 2 weeks, or just tissues and coughing and Benadryl. I have not had that since college. And all because I was wearing a mask. And did you know, I don't know if this is true, but someone told me when I was working at the hotel that people in China, when they're sick, they wear masks because they don't want to spread the virus onto others. I don't know if that's true. You guys should fact check that for me. Either way, I feel like it's true. It might be true. You never know. But it sounds, you know, it sounds about right. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds about right. Because why wouldn't you if you're sick? I mean, it's your germs. It's not someone else's germs. And that can cause someone else to get sick if it's a virus or a bacteria that they may react differently to because it's not their immune system, it's yours. So, just common sense. And I have not been sick since I've worn a mask. And I'm so blessed to say that. Literally, I saw the word blessed. And I could say that because I'm so blessed to have not experienced a bad sickness like that. It's just so many people are dying and catching COVID. I carry my sanitizer. I carry my sanitizer everywhere with me. And I don't care who looks at me funny or whatever the case may be, wearing my face mask in hot weather. I don't care. I like to social distance and get my little air the best way I can because my asthma and stuff gets bothersome sometimes. But yeah, so I just try to do my best and sanitize. I'm still scared of COVID because I don't want to catch it. I don't want to catch it. But I'm not going to put something in my body that causes blood clots and heavy blood flow for some women, because like I said, things are unsteady for us. They don't like to go into the depths of studying things on how it affects women to a degree. I don't know if it's a lack of funding, but I feel like it's very inconsiderate. But yeah, from the reproductive issues to the blood clots to the heart problems, especially in young boys, I'm good. I'm fine. And when speaking of a vaccine, it's only supposed to stay in your arm. It's not supposed to distribute throughout your whole body. Only 25% of the vaccine is still inside of your arm. Remember that. And so many other places are trying to debunk this, but the information is already out. You can't take back the information that was put on the news. No, you said it. It's out. It's been studied. It's been observed. Doctors know that this is happening. But let me just, because this is crazy. People are going to lose their jobs. There's going to be another lockdown. Okay? There's going to be shortages. And we're worried about producing a vaccine that's not even properly studied, as more variants just evolve. What? Huh? Are we even trying to understand the virus and how it works? How you gonna make a vaccine for something that you don't fully understand? You don't understand how it affects women. You don't. So how you gonna make, it just doesn't correlate with me. But that's the end of my video, you guys. It's like 42 minutes long. But I just really tried to say everything that was on my mind and all the things that I was saying just to prepare you guys, because it's gonna be a whole nother, we're already in a pandemic. We're already in a pandemic. Just gonna be a whole bunch of new numbers of cases and babies and linked deaths to something that could have been prevented if we would have had a real lockdown to begin with in the beginning. But that's just my thoughts. Remember to eat your fruits, eat your vegetables, drink your water, sanitize, social distance. Spirit tells me to social distance all the time, especially when I'm walking past certain people. I think that's why, another reason why I haven't experienced the effects of COVID, because I definitely stay away from other people in regards to walking past them. The last time I was in the face of COVID, it was only because I worked there. So it was like I had no choice in that moment. And the way that franchises are handling COVID-19 is beyond me. And that's the end of my video, you guys. Thank you for watching. I should be uploading another video soon. Maybe in like 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. Because it takes about a day to record and then I edit. So, 2 days. And I'll spend like 4 days. I'm probably going to upload this in the morning. But I had to handle some things. And I done missed my whole... I know you see me on YouTube. You done watch my video. I done missed my darn appointment trying to get out to my doctor's office. And it was just a whole thing regarding that. So it was like I had to schedule my thing later. So I am open for appointments right now. If you do want a reading with me and to touch on certain topics, I am open right now until the 11th. That's when it closes out. Something I would like to touch on is just the fact that whoever has a reading for that day is the only reading for that day. So once your appointment is booked for that day, your appointment is booked. Again, I just do that just because I want to focus on one person's energy rather than focus on multiple people. I also want to give myself breaks throughout the day. I don't want to just cram everything in, and I also have to preview the information before I give the actual reading. That's why I prefer you guys to send me an email after you go to my booking site and you read the details and everything. Shoot me an email of what you want me to touch on, and then that's when I will do the pre-reading and write everything down that I see, and then I will do the video call with you. If you don't have the proper means to do the video call as you see on my booking site, then we can definitely try to work out doing a Zoom. But yeah, that's the end of my video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I'm uploading another video very soon. You guys don't want to miss it. I've been actually hesitant on doing this video. I know I've seen some video recommendations in the comments, and I will look into them. But for right now, there's another video that I want to do, and I feel like she just needs our help, you guys. The topic needs to be addressed. It does. I feel like she's been in the dark for so long, and she's not passed away or anything. She's an actual person, but it's someone who just needs someone to speak out for her, in a sense. So we're gonna touch on that tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and remember, stay safe, you guys. Don't get caught up into the whole news business, because half the time they're just trying to get you to buy their agenda. Make sure you use your common sense.